And hello there folks, RJB here from RJB TV with more games. With on the hype train. That's 458 against Choihyunwozzan, and it's ready to blow your brain. Because I hope, and I think, I'm sure of it, that this one is yet again going to be a great game. So let's dive right into the action with 458 and Rabbit. I think it's Rabbit. I'm starting to think Choihyun is a rabbit. The similarities are too great to ignore. So I'm gonna refer to him as a rabbit from now on. And if he is in fact not a rabbit, we will at some point probably find out, because at this point I am pretty good at recognizing and discerning whether some player is a rabbit or not. And because he plays in a pretty peculiar and particular, easy to recognize way. He's the kind of player who doesn't really rely on micro and macro specifically, but he relies on the brains. He relies on playing smart. Not that he's slow, not that his micro is bad. It's all pretty good across the board, but the one thing he specifically is known for is knowledge and game sense. The guy will sniff out a weakness and exploit it. He will find a way to make the Protoss pay. Let's hope he can do it this time around as well. He's here on the Zerg yet again, so 2 games on Zerg in a row. He's on the magenta pink Zerg, starts with the hatchery first, no choke. And we've got 458 starting yet again, like in the last game, with 2 gateways in the choke. 2 gateways in the choke. In my opinion, as I said in the previous game, kind of uncharacteristic for what 458 usually does. This is not something he typically will go for. Most of the times when he's playing against Zerg, there's a Nexus coming in the back first. That is usually the recipe that he likes to serve to his opponent. This time around, nope. He is going to go for double gateway, and it might actually be the perfect game of all the games in existence to go for a double gateway, because look at this, double hatchery. Double hatchery from Choi, allegedly Rabbit. Getting a pool there in the back to protect the drones behind this little walling. So there's a wall here that Zealots cannot pass through. They have to walk all the way around. Drones are there to fight against the probes. There's a double probe, they're on the scene. I think that does give away, more or less, that 458 is going to try to rush. Otherwise, you wouldn't bring 2 probes to the scene of the murder. And this, hopefully for 458, is going to be the scene of the crime. And the Rabbit, of course, wants to stop the crime from happening altogether. So double probe harassment, 2 Zealots on the way, 2 gateways in the back, and 2 more Nexuses as well in the back. So everything comes in pairs of 2, not 3. Pairs of 2 it is. 2 Sunkens, 3 hatcheries, I'm kind of lying. But everything else, pairs of 2. And look at this, the protection on those drones is actually... This is what I mean with the Rabbit being a very smart player. He focuses on details that no one else would ever think of. This is one of the best drone defense I've seen in my life. I mean, he's still going to lose a couple of drones, still going to lose some mining time, but the double eggs and the sunken and the pool there to protect the drones against as much harm as he possibly could, that just saved his life. He's still going to lose some drones here. Some, let's make it, a lot of drones are dying left and right. He's got 5 left alive. And that's purely because he lost the rock, paper, scissors of going for double hatchery pool against double gateway. Almost in the middle. This is almost a mid-gate Protoss. So Rabbit kind of lost the rock, paper, scissors opening, but the game is not over yet. He's got the chance to recover as the Zerglings are arriving and walking right through the one gap. They're on the side. 458 managed to make a big mistake. 458 made a big mistake. All the Zerglings make their way all the way to the backside, and now they're sniping probes as many as they can before the cannon finishes up and kills the Zerglings. How many will he get? Well, he got 3 of them. Better than nothing at all, because now it does give him some time to recover, as 458 had to pull his probes off the minerals. That is some lost mining time, and 3 less probes to mine minerals means a little bit less minerals coming into the bank. So Rabbit has a small chance to recover economically against that abuse he suffered just earlier. The scene of the crime is not yet a murder scene, it's just the scene of abuse. Exhibit number 2, though. Zealots marching across the middle, ready to strike on those poor, unsuspecting Sunkens and drones. That's quite a number of Zealots arriving. With triple Sunken there, he's going to put those two drones right in between to block the Zealots. Zealots are getting the drone first, opening up the scene, opening up a little bit of a blockage. More drones being pulled to block, one drone being saved. Another one there goes down. Sunken number 2 going to get killed. He's going to go for Sunken number 3. Sunken number 4 there is almost finished morphing. He might get it. He's trying to block. More Sunkens. Okay, this is a... I've got a pretty bad prognosis here for Rabbit. Or Choi. Choi, Rabbit, whatever you want to name him. I've got a pretty bad prognosis. Things are not looking pretty. Things are not looking good. He's taking more abuse and more abuse. The lottery, the rock, paper, scissors definitely was not working out for him. Really wasn't working out for him. And he was supply blocked for a little while as well. Had to wait for another Overlord to finish. To open up some supply space to build more drones and Zerglings. The differences in economy at the moment are quite massive. Choi simply lost the rock, paper, scissors. I mean, going for a no-choke Zerg and double hatchery, you always take some risks. But then, if you want to go for hatchery pool, you take another risk. And that is, if the Protoss is going for a Nexus first and you went for hatchery pool, you took the risk of not exploiting the potential safety of a Protoss not rushing you. Which means less drones, less hatcheries, less economy. So everything is kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Some things just beat other things. Some things are still mates. Like if the Protoss goes for Nexus first, you go for double hatchery. It's kind of like throwing rock against rock, where both players come off without damage. But both players come away to live another day and reap the benefits of another chance. So 458 there still putting up the pressure. He's got 42 probes against 23 drones. Sunken's going up there in the front. Rabbit is doing everything he can to try and salvage the situation. There's no Hydralisk Den yet. Still building an Evo chamber as well. An Evo chamber. Right there. Got a Courser in the air. That's why he needs the Evo chamber. There's no Hydralisk Den. He's starting to mine gas right here, right now. There's not a lot of defenses in the back. Most of it is concentrated in the front. Now we're going to build a little bit more there in the back. That's another Evo chamber trying to wall off the access point for the Zealots. Going to make it difficult for them to get in. He's going to have to kill the Evo chamber first. Only one Sunken can hit the Zealots there though. Which means the pool is quite exposed to danger. Like these two Sunkens can hit the Zealots when they get on top of the pool. Zergers are retreating. Courser on the scene. Double Spore there on the base. He's not... Oh, he walled off yet again. With another creep colony. Quick move, quick thinking, quick math. Has to retreat there though. The pool stays alive. Killed the Evo chamber. The Evo chamber was something Rabbit didn't really care about. Was just there to buy time and prevent the penetration of the backside. So pulling some of his drones off the gas, putting them on the minerals to boost his income a little bit. Hydralisks are... He has Hydralisk production ability, but is supply blocked at the moment. Got a layer on the way. Getting Hydralisk speed first. Of course, is on the bottom to take vision away. Zealot speed is finished up. Going to go straight for the Hydralisk Den. And he's still going to be supply blocked, so he's not going to have a lot of Hydralisk. He's building a new one already. But things are looking pretty bad. He really needs Hydralisks, and now all he can build are more drones and more Zerglings. He's getting Zergling speed to try and keep up with those Zealots that are running back and forth, left and right. He's getting more Overlords, 2 of them actually, to unsupply block himself. 458 is already on 110, soon to be 120 supply. He's got about how many gateways? 2 in the front are going to get taken down because he has to open up the front to let those Dragoons out. He's going to have to let the Dragoons out. He's got 7 plus 5, so that's 12 gateways in the back. 1 Robo, 1 Stargate. He's got a lot of technology there in the back being thrown up as well. Observatory, getting another row of pylons there, so he can build another block of gateways. He has 1 attack upgrade. 458 is doing everything by the book. And Rabbit is taking some giant risks. He's going to rely on Sunkens keeping him alive while he throws down way more hatcheries than one would realistically throw down in the situation than anyone else would. But he's taking the risks and gambling on staying alive in the situation with the protection of his Sunkens. But that is a pretty big, beefy gateway army standing in the front door, and now they're busting right through, ready to tear down the house. Hydralisks come up in the back. That's a lot of Hydralisks. Will those Hydralisks be enough? They don't have a lot of upgrades. They have speed finishing up soon and range finishing up soon as well. Dragoons there with their superior range and level 1 attack upgrade are doing a great job there, but in the end it looks like the Hydralisk, oh, drop there coming in at the same time as well. It's a Reaver on the scene. Reaver shoots its load, gets picked up, drones escape to safety, but now they're on the other side, where once again Reaver is on the scene, ready to murder the drones, and he picks it up. The micro is insane. He's getting a lot of kills there. Will the Scarab explode? No, it won't, but now he's on the other side yet again. He's dancing back and forth. It's a little bit of a... or he's just running back and forth. How is he gonna defend this one? He just, oh, gets another good shot. 26 drones are alive still, but he had about 30 or 40, so yeah, that's about 14 drones down, and of course they're on the bottom side also killing some Overlords. He does have Overlord speed finished up, getting Lurker now as well. It kind of amazes me that Rabbit is still alive after that little bit of running of back and forth, dodging the Reaver Scarabs from top to bottom, while the Hydras were in the front defending. That was a very difficult situation, but Rabbit pulled it off, but he's still very far behind. He's got 66 supply against 171. 458 is pretty far ahead in this race. Rabbit is doing everything he can to try and stay close to 458, but the difference at this point might be insurmountable. It might be impossible to overcome. We have 6 Hydralisks on the bottom, about 10 or so in the front. A lot of Sunkens there being built in the front. There's a lot of Sunkens being built. And 458 there is getting... he's got 2 Forges getting level 2 attack. Observatory is finished. He doesn't have Observers on the scene yet though. We don't have Lurkers in the front there either. Sunkens have not yet finished morphing. He's morphing them right now, but the army is already coming in before the Sunkens are finished up, so that might be a little bit too late. 458 is going to just seal his fate and try and secure the win right here, right now. He's walking right through. The Hydras in the back are doing the best they can, but is the best they can enough to survive? As a drop there on the bottom side, ready to go in and hit him hard at the same time, as his front attack there breaking down the front door comes in. Shuttleshark he's trying to snipe. There's a lot of High Templars, a lot of Zealots there on the scene. Triple Templar running to the right side, running eastbound into the Dragoons, but he still has 1 more Storm remaining, I believe. Yes, 1 more Storm, 2 more Storms remaining, returns back to the drones, and there's the Storm and kills the drones as they return back home, and that's GG. Nothing is left alive there on the minerals, and Rabbit calls GG. 458 with a very strong textbook performance, and Rabbit lost the rock, paper, scissors gamble. He lost the rock, paper, scissors gamble. Let me just throw up game number 2 there on the scoreboard. 458 won Protoss against Zerg yet again. The first game was much closer, but the first game was a rock, paper, scissors that turned into a rock versus a rock, and this time it was rock against scissors. And we all know rocks crush scissors pretty damn hard. So what's it gonna be this time around in game number 3? We're gonna have a little bit of a switch up of races. 458, of course. The Protoss Gosu will stay on the Protoss, but Rabbit is gonna stay on the... he's gonna switch to the Terran. He's leaving behind the swarmy ways, and he's becoming human. Rabbit become human. He's on the Red Terran here on the 1 o'clock spawn location, right next to 458 here on the 3 o'clock, on the olive green Protoss. So we have a score of 2 wins for 458 and no wins for Rabbit so far. How is Rabbit going to claw his way back into this series? Things so far are not looking too pretty for him. Things are not looking too pretty for him. Last game must have been pretty devastating. But the one thing I've learned about Rabbit is that his mindset, he never ever lets a bad game get to his brain, to his mindset. It always stays on track. He always thinks of how can he fix the situation he's currently in. Supply depot first. What is 458 gonna do? He's gonna go for it. Double gateway or Nexus first. Is it gonna be 1 gateway Nexus? What is Rabbit going to do? 1 gateway, 2 gateway. He's going to go for the standard build order opening. Now Rabbit is once again gambling with his life. He's putting his life on the line while walking on the edge of a cliff. It's Command Center first, against double gateway. Now whether this is a rock, paper, scissors situation that is in favor of 458 or in favor of Rabbit, that's going to depend on when 458 finds Rabbit. And whether Rabbit will have a bunker finished up right here, right in between these two structures, to defend himself or not. Where will the gateway units go? Where will this probe go? This one probe is scouting the bottom side. He's being a little bit careless with the scouting. He's expecting there to be something in the choke by not scouting this middle spawn first. He's scouting this top corner spawn, and I do hope for him he's going to go all the way into the backside. He's going to go all the way until he hits the base, and he arrives on the scene. So there's another supply depot. SFE, they're getting harassed by the probe, but this barracks finishes up just in time. Which now means it's turn for the SFE to scout and find out what this is all about and what's coming his way. Finds double zealot. SFE there has some pretty good information. Which now means we're going to see a bunker right there and a supply depot right in front. So yet again, Rabbit with a very smart and creative placement of structures, and look at this other supply depot. It means that now the zealots cannot walk through this section, they have to walk all the way around. This is yet again Rabbit using his game knowledge to be very creative. Marines can walk right through those supply depot edges while the zealots can't, but the SVs are still under attack. The SVs are still under attack, but not as many of them go down as 458 would like to, but he killed about 3 or 4, so it's better than nothing at all. And look at this, this is a really good configuration. This is what makes Rabbit so good. He plays it so damn smart. I've never seen anyone else place his buildings exactly like this, because he knew what he had to do and what would happen or could happen given this situation was possible. So in the situation it happened, he knew exactly how to counter it and prepare for it. And he survived the early game. So it turns out it was a rock draw, both players throwing rock, and they cancel each other out. Although Rabbit here is going a little bit too far with those Marines, being a little bit too aggressive, and the Zealots turn around, they see that now is a chance to strike, and Rabbit might be walking himself into a corner, but he's going to try to fight back. He's going to try to fight back. The Zealots have split up. If all the Zealots were attacking this main group, this fight would turn out way, way differently, but now they're coming for the flank. But it's 2 Zealots there against a lot more Marines. Marines are dancing back and forth trying to stay alive. The micro there is pretty damn good, and he wins the fight. He wins the fight. More Zealots are coming inbound. You've got a cyber core there finished up in the back. 3 cannons there coming up in the front. And yeah, Rabbit will not be able to break out into the middle, or at least not break the choke, because the choke is finished up. He went for triple nexus in total. He's going to have a lot of economy booming very soon. And it's likely because 458 knows that there's the hill right in between. And the Rabbit will likely try to put tanks on the hill and push towards those probes from the hill and kill those probes. And that means that 458 has to go for drops first, and after the drops, go for very fast carriers at about 13 or 14 minutes. That's his best shot at winning this game. At least that's a prediction that I'm making. Can't be too sure. Double factory that are coming out from Rabbit. He's got triple command center as well, so both players tripling up their economy, going for the late game strategies. Going for the late game strategies. Burp gas there coming out for 458 40 probes, 32 for Rabbit. Arguably, I think he's going to build a Stargate right here on the bottom side. Let's see if this is going to be a Stargate or a gateway. It's a support bay. He's building his technology on the bottom. Building his technology on the bottom, because putting his technology on the top here means that the tanks on the hill and then here right next to the hill on the low ground will take down his technology. So here's this entire section is reserved for just cannons. Just cannons to defend himself. It's like he's preparing himself correctly. First target, they're on the way, but it's going to be for Corsairs first to help escort the shuttles in. You don't have turrets on the bottom or the side there yet for Rabbit. Doesn't have a lot of units either. He's pulling most of his units back home. Shuttle there with some zealots inside. Going to unload them beyond the hill and start preventing the construction of turrets and maybe engineering bays that are, of course, intended to protect from shuttles. So he's putting them there in the base. He's going to do a little bit of scouting. One engineering bay there in the air. Two zealots there walking forward. Scouting, gathering information to see what's in between 458's base and his target. Zealots in the front at the same time as well. Going to try to do a double attack on two locations at the same time. See if one of the two attacks can do a little bit more than the other. And this is exactly what I wanted to do. Prevent the construction of turrets. It's working exactly as planned. Double Reaver there in the shuttle. Gonna go for a frontal attack. Zealot speed is started, but zealot speed not yet finished up. Oh, this is gonna be an attack without. He's just gonna poke. Just gonna kill things you in the front. Shuttle there though makes a mistake. Shuttle stays alive there though, but that shuttle is pretty much unusable. Pretty much unusable. That's a mistake that he rather wouldn't have made. Because now the shuttle, it's too low HP to transport those Reavers anymore. But he's going in. There's a lot of units there for Rabbit, though. Should be easy to defend. Should be easy to defend. Reaver shooting. Killing the tanks. Killing some Marines as well. This is doing a lot more damage than I thought it would. And the Reavers in the end do both go down. Of course, from the air to keep the engineering bay away from the hill. Very smart choice. Got protective cannons against tank drops already put in position. He's getting fleet beacon already. So definitely carriers are on the menu. Getting 3 more stargates and 2 more gateways. Of course he needs 5 gateways for drop production. Getting zealots, getting high templars. The double robo for reavers and shuttles. Might go for 3 or 4. But I really do feel he really wants to utilize the carriers as fast as he can. It's also why he's going for way more gas than usual. More than 72 probes, and this is 7 gas there in the back. 6 gas. Excuse me, 6. I can't count. Counting is hard. Once again, a drop on the front. Rabbit was expecting a drop on the backside from the sides, but it's a frontal attack. 458 is really utilizing and playing this and reading this really, really well. He's reading this really, really well. Marines have to run away. More Marines coming from the side there to protect the front. Reavers are doing a lot of work. Look at the amount of Marines that are dead and gone. That was a really, really good read. He realized that the sides were pretty well protected, so coming over the sides wasn't an option. So he came over the front. And he killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 structures, about 20 Marines and a couple of tanks. That was exactly what he had to do. To weaken Rabbit up, you don't always have to hit the economy. Sometimes just killing units and structures is good enough, because those have to be replaced, which means, of course, the Terran will be slowed down. It's not the most optimal choice, but sometimes it is the only choice you have. And that's one of the few things I really like about 458. He recognizes what his choices are. I wouldn't say better than anyone else, but he definitely has some of the best game sense in that sense. He's a really good game sense. Drop over the top side, no shuttle speed. Unloading the Reavers, but tanks already sieged up, ready to take it down. Marines are running away to save their own hides. Got 4 armories coming out there for Rabbit. He scans the base, and he sees this little block of cannons to protect himself from the tanks. He saw no spinning cyber core, and he didn't see the fleet beacon on the bottom. Another row of stargates coming out, 4 carriers already on the way. Getting a 3rd robo as well. He's getting a fleet beacon carrier capacity. Where is his forge? It's right over there. He's getting level 1 shield. For the carriers and the shuttles, he's kind of ignoring the gateway upgrades. Getting armor for air as well. He finished level 1 shield just now. And for Rabbit we have level 1 attack on the Marines. No, he didn't get level 1 attack for the Marines. Building a lot of dropships, and he's already starting the push from that hillside towards the probes. 458 needs a couple more cannons here, or he needs those carriers to finish really, really soon. or he has to unload his shuttles on top of the tanks and take them out and buy himself some time. But another group of tanks already arriving. Got a Reaver there in the mix as well. Picks up the Reaver there though. Did he lose the Reaver? Still got the Reaver alive. Rabbit is accelerating the game. His economy is huge. 4 of 8's economy is a little bit huger, which isn't a word, but it's a little bit bigger. 99 probes. Might have to kill a couple of them. That's one of the pitfalls of going for triple nexus. Before you realize and know it, your probe count is a little bit too high, and that does hurt your army size. So double tank there on the low ground. Slowly pushing forward. Gonna have to kill those tanks yet again. He does so successfully. He's buying himself a good amount of time. New cannons are warping in. Needs another Cybercore on the bottom. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 Stargates in total. Valkyries on the way. Already 5 finished up. He's got 8 start ports. 5 finished up. Well, he's really transitioning into the anti-carrier build order quite well. He's unloading on the low ground. Going to try to take down some of those turrets. But nope, not going to work. The tanks on the high ground are doing their job. And the Valkyries behind it are taking down the shuttles quite quickly. He's got about 6 carriers finished up. Another 5 on the way, going for 11. Then he's going to mix in a couple of Corsairs as well to push back the Valkyries that are going to be floating on hold position behind the turrets to kill interceptors. He might need shield batteries here as well to keep up healing and regenerating those shields on the carriers as Valkyrie rockets. Whenever the interceptors return, like this, to the carrier, the Valkyrie rockets return to the carrier as well, and they hurt all the carriers. So the longer the Valkyries are fighting against the interceptors, and the longer the fight goes on, the carriers will burn through their shields and then through their health bars, purely by being attacked by Valkyries that aren't actually directly attacking the carriers themselves, but the interceptors instead. So he needs shield batteries, and he's already building them right here. So 4 of 8 is doing everything according to the book. He's following the manual that he himself wrote. 458 wrote the manual on how to fight against a Terran that wants to kill your probes with a hill push. He wrote the manual. And 458 there is doing a pretty good job so far. Rabbit, though, is in the advantage at the moment. I think he's got better upgrades for air. 1-1 already finished up. We have 1-1-0 there for 458, unloading on top of the tanks to try and take them down. The tanks on the hill have been killed except for 1. And look at the damage from the Valkyries. Oh my god, took down 1 carrier already. The shields were already gone. He's already on the health bars, and the tanks are pushing forward at the same time there as well. He's got 10 carriers at the moment. Mass Corsairs on the way. Some shuttles there being mixed in, opening up some supply space, threw away some probes because he was getting too rich. How many Valkyries do we have? That's 12. He might have a couple more on the way. Maybe he won't. Some more tanks we put in the high ground. Marines are behind it to take down interceptors. Marines are great against interceptors. They would be greater with level 1 attack. But without attack, they're pretty good against interceptors as well. So Corsairs in the air, going to try to take down whatever they can. Going straight for the Valkyries. Carriers in the air taking down those tanks, but they're still taking pretty heavy damage there from the Valkyries. Very slowly, but pretty heavy damage. And the Corsairs were no match for the Valkyries. There's too many turrets behind this hill to fight into. There's way too many turrets. There's a double line. Valkyries. This is just very difficult to defend against. Carriers are found out of position, getting attacked directly. A couple of Valkyries are over chasing, and they almost got that one. They almost got that one. But of course, it's come in to push those Valkyries back. New drops that have been made. New drops start picking up new tanks ready to drop into the danger zone. There's no cannons to protect. I mean, there's 4 right here, but they do not protect against anything unloaded over there. More shield batteries coming down. He's got to keep healing up those tanks, and there he comes. Tanks on the low ground. He's going to try to kill them before they hit, before they shoot. Not in range. Didn't have vision. Well, he was in range, but did not have vision of the probes. So the probes do stay alive. But now the Valkyries coming in. There's only 3 cannons to protect. Oh, that's some big damage. Took down 1 carrier. And there's 4, 5 more close to dying, but big drop there coming out over the left side of Rabbit's base. Valkyries are not in a position to defend this. SCVs are running away. One Templar on the scene. Misses the storm. He missed the storm. He missed the storm. Oh no. Oh no. This is looking pretty bad there for 458. That was his opportunity to kill the economy. Picks up the one Templar. Stays alive. But the Oh, he forced to unload. It's still there on the corner, but not enough energy to really do anything. A couple Zealots there going for a frontal attack, but they won't really do much because we've got tanks on the high ground shooting on those Zealots in the front door. And the carriers have largely been healed up with their shields. Actually, there's not enough shield batteries to heal them all up. There's only 5 shield batteries, and it needs about 10 of them, maybe 12. And there's tanks left and right, hitting this entire top line, cannons, shield batteries, everything in danger. Valkyries in the back, about 24 of them. That's a huge, deadly force of anti-air. The carriers don't stand a chance. The shields are already almost gone yet again. And 5 shield batteries do not heal that much. They have no energy left on the shield batteries. The site there, someone got, the Zealots somewhat killed a couple of those turrets. But the SCVs all in the back, all remained alive. Upgrades are 2-2 for the air. 1-2-1 there for 458 on the Corsairs and carriers, but look at the carriers just melting in the face of superior air damage. Superior air armada force, whatever you want to call it. The superior fighting force. He's just slapping 458 around. 458 is in trouble. The Valkyries doing a great job, and they're going directly for the killer move. Carriers have nowhere left to run, and they all will die, and they do. This one stays alive, 3 HP. Corsairs pushing the Valkyries back just in time. Dangerously close, and now they turn around and get the Corsairs yet again. Corsairs are in this situation. How do you survive this? I've seen 458 beat Brain in this situation, but Rabbit is playing this perfectly at the moment. He's playing it very controlled. There's no fancy micro tricks. He's following the book, and he's doing everything correctly. And so is 458. But only if that draw from earlier had 2 or 3 High Templars, this might have been a different situation. He's going to try to save the game, but the tanks are pretty close there to the Nexus main. Coming over the left side. How many Templars are inside? How many Templars are inside the shuttles? SCV's running to safety. One High Templar on the scene, storms on the main mineral patch, kills 30. A lot of Templar unloads, waiting for the SCVs to return back home. That one has no energy. 458 still has probes, but tanks are setting up. There's nothing to defend except some cannons in the way. Carriers almost finished up, but not yet there. They still have to build interceptors as well. Goliaths are, just hitting whatever they can. Not optimal, but they're just hitting whatever they can. Zealot's dropping to try and buy some time. He needs more cannons in the back, but the cannons are... He's hitting the probes with the Goliath. Slowly racking up kills. Tank's gonna have to roll forward very soon with the next drop. Valkyrie's in the air to kill everything that is flying around, I guess. He's got 24 of them. 47 SCVs there for Rabbit. He is not building new SCVs. He's going all in on army size. He just wants to have a superior fighting force. He's gambling it all on this one final hill tank push. Now 458 just have some carriers finished up, but those carriers are no fighting force to be compared to the mighty Valkyries. 24 of them, double group. Tanks on the low ground, Dark Templars on the scene. No vessel in the air, but has a scan. The scan takes care of the Dark Templars. And luckily for Rabbit, a couple of tanks do survive, which means his cannon line there coming in will get taken down. He will get closer to the probes. Shuttle trying to unload, but the Valkyries are, bitch, you ain't coming even close to these tanks. Dark Templar's gonna try to finish off the job there, though. He's buying himself a lot of time. Great scan. New line of tanks unloading. He's within range. Siege is up. Can he get the probes? No, not yet. Another unload there right on top, but not unloading a whole lot. He's got about 7 carriers in the back, trying to push forward. Corsairs in the air, trying to kill the Valkyries. Valkyries are on 2-2, soon on 3-3. 458 is still on 2-3-1. Not a whole lot of damage coming out of those carriers and Corsairs, and he calls GG. He knows he is now in a position where he can no longer defend the probes. It's done. It's over. Rabbit succeeded. He managed to slay the 458. with a pretty abusive and difficult to defend hill tank position. The one thing that makes Terran pretty damn strong, the hill tanks. And he pulled it off really nicely. 458 had some shots to put a dent, to put a wrench into Rabbit's economic plans that kept fueling his offense here on the hill. But the drops, one of them was too late and the other one simply missed. It's hard to hit a lot of SCVs running in a lot of directions with just one single storm, and we saw it right there. So even though 458 did all the right things, he couldn't make all the right things connect and work as he wanted them to. So that's it for today. We have Rabbit there with 1 win and 458 with 2 of them. Let's quickly add that 1 more win to the ending screen, or the pause screen, where Rabbit wins Terran against Protoss. Thank you for watching, and we will see each other very soon when we continue on with this best of set.